So now we got all the ingredients to cook up some marvelous shit, win tournaments, and make your opponents cry. This deck was meta defying in the East and is now my go-to deck for the next months. Hopefully it will be as good as I expected in competitive play, or hopefully I am good as I hope I am. So let's open the starter decks. For the missing cards, we are going to break this amazing seal. I think it's ridiculous that they have just regular scotch tape. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know if you think this weird as well. As much as I know, there should be as well 2 premium boosters, like the best set. I haven't opened it yet because it was a reprint set and I'm not a big fan. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice. Is it possible to pull something amazing out of this? I mean, it's a booster that was packed into a starter deck, but this one's really nice upgrade. The last thing I opened was starter deck 13, I think, the Ultimate Brothers thing. So there we go, there we got 1 deck, and some of the cards we need 4 times. That's why I got myself 2 decks. You can as well just go for the single cards, the missing ones. So you don't have to go for the full decks. I just got them for myself. I was too lazy to go for the singles. Deck is not that expensive, so I just got it twice. Maybe it's worth for the booster. Let's find out. So we got this deck twice now. 2 boosters. Insane game mat. Alright, let's go. Remove the knife. Nobody gets hurt. Opener is here on the side. Come on, dude. I really need it. This is not a magic beta deck, so let's go with the knife. Right, you did it. So in the end we got the Dawns. Got enough of those. We need the leader. Obviously we got Dawn 2, when attacking, can pay 1 Dawn, reveal 1 card, Warlords of the Sea, 4 or less, and play it rested. So this is just an amazing tempo swing. I will explain the deck further, but just so you know, like the first and most important card will be Doflamingo. Next we are also looking for is the Trafalgar Law. On play, you may return 1 of your characters to your owner's hand. If your leader has the 7 Warlords C-type, return up to 1 card with cost 4 or less to your owner's hand. So this will allow you to bounce some cards, get card advantage, get 2k counters back on your hand, or replay some cards to get a card advantage. Really good. Boa Hancock, this is like the card that's making this deck possible. You got a 4, 6k blocker. On play, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, place them on top or bottom of your deck in any order. Then give up to 1 rested Dawn card to one of your leader or character cards. So you get the additional Dawn, so you're swinging like with 8 and you get also to 9. Really good card. Really strong as a blocker and lets you to order the cards on top of the deck, which is important for the leader effect. I have seen also versions where you play this crocodile. I don't, so we skip this. Boogie, Buggy. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and place them in any order. Really good. So all the abilities that lets us manipulate, let's say, the decks on the top of our the cards on the top of our deck. It's really huge, and that's why this deck is so good now, because of those additional cards. So we got 2 Buggy, and this Marshal the Teach is we need it 3 times for this list. Activate main. Once per turn, you may place 1 card from your hand at the top of your deck. Give up to 2 rested Dawn cards or your leader or 1 of your characters. So we're just going by the cards which we're gonna take from the starter deck, and I will go in detail what card when to play. but you're just paying 2 and you can put those 2 rested dons on someone. The negative part of this effect is though that you have to put 1 card from your hand on top of the deck and you're not getting an extra card from the deck, but it's still good in some situations. We will get to it. So we take the 3 out, put the rest aside. Doflamingo 3/4 blocker is not relevant for our list right now, but it's still a good card. Also lets you manipulate the top cards. Overheat, not needed. Gecko Moria 4/6k, not needed as well. Kuma, not sure if there are versions of Kuma. Edward Weevil 3/5k, we will replace it with something else that's better and lets us draw a card. And we need actually 2 of those Gecko Morias for this list. So add up to 1, 7 of the wallets, add up to 1, the 7 wallets of the sea or Filler Bank Pirates type character with a cost of 4 or less, other than Gecko Moria from the trash to your hand. So you get the card advantage. This card is really strong. Lets you give cards on the hand and reactivate those abilities, of course. Then we got a Mihawk. Down 1 when attacking, draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards. Really good. Take it 4 times, put it in the deck. Skip this Trafalgar Law and skip this Jimbei. We have a better Jimbei. We're going for the second one because we still need 2 laws. And 2 boogies. And of course 2 Boa Hancocks. This card is insanely good. I'm struggling with this opening thingy. Is this enough? Please. Looking good. Alright, we got the Doflamingo. We need the 2 laws, 2 Boa Hancocks, 2 buggies. And I think we're good. Yup, we got the rest. Alright. So we can sleeve those babies up. Of course, fresh blue Ultra Pro sleeves. I'm a fan of having the right color for your sleeve as your deck color is. Also love it in Magic. And after this we got the 51 cards that we need for the deck. Maybe I will just speed it up so it's not that boring to watch. I don't want to use the sleeving time for explaining right now because I would rather have the cards on my hand. And of course we still have to open the 2 booster packs. Really curious what I can pull. Haven't opened it yet. All I know is you got beautiful Dawn cards and the manga card reprints. I haven't seen anyone with double sleeves, I think, in One Piece. I think at the bigger tournaments you will have some guys that play the manga cards. Maybe they have the double sleeves, but I think it's not that worth for regular deck. And this is, to be fair, one of the cheaper decks, so you get for 100 euro a really good competitive deck that is winning tournaments. It's meta defying in the Eastern meta. And now we good. 4 laws. 3 each, 2 of those, 4 of those, and 2 here. Perfect. So again, got 4 Peronas, 4 Sengokus, 4 times Boogie, Charlotte. Oh, I skipped the 2 Don guy, Marshall. 2 times this. 4 Law, 4 Boa Hancock. That's it. So yeah, I'll share the list with you again. Then you don't have to pause or look for it specifically. Let's go for the booster packs. These cards are pretty. Booster packs are pretty crumbled. Oh, we got a Dawn card, but is it a regular one or a special one? Amazing. Last Breath. Oh, we got it. Mihawk. Khalif, a nice one. We got a Kaido. And I think this is just regular then, no? But the Kaido is looking sick. I got this already. Right over here. But yeah, nice card. Good pull. Happy with that. I think if this would be the golden one, it's like some 100 euros something plus. Another Don. Okay, so is there a Don in every pack? Sanji, Judgment of Hell, looks amazing. Ulti, Charlotte Bruley, and Vince Smokey Onji. Alright. Yep, didn't expect a lot of it, but Kaido, I like it a lot. Alright, we're back at the deck. So let's see how it plays out. I think the best way to understand the deck or how to play it is just go turn by turn, see what cards you can play by each turn. So let's say we got 1 Dawn available. What are the playable cards? So first we got the Perona. She allows us to structure the top 5 cards on top of the deck or put those structured on the bottom of our deck. So most of the time we will use the first case where we want to structure the top of the deck so we can order it in a favorable order. We will have to keep in mind the order so we don't mess up. So let's say we play it on first turn and we allowed to structure the top 5 cards. We need to understand that we will draw the next card, and the card that is coming after it we might be playing already on turn 3. So let's say we play it on turn 1. The first card on top is the card we draw in the next turn. And then if we decide to put 2 Dawns on the Flamingo and pay 1 for the activation, we can play the card straight from the deck. So if it's like a Boa Hancock or Jinbei, it allows us to get the effects rolling and get the tempo swings. So this is really a strong card that is allowing to get this deck also rolling on turn 1. But most of the time I would recommend to go second because the turn 4 is so strong for this deck. But this is a way to get the turn 3 rolling as well and get use of the leader effect. A smaller version of the Perona is the Buggy. It allows us to order the top 3 cards of our deck. So not the top 5, and you cannot decide to put those on the bottom, just the 3 on top. But also really good. It helps us a lot to at least get the structure for the next 2 turns. So I would say like Perona is the best turn 1 play. Buggy is the second best one. And another type of turn 1 would be to play the Sengoku, which allows us to look at the top 5 cards and get a 7 Warlords of the Sea in our hand. But not giving us any possibility to change the order of the top of the deck. For the turn 2, we have to think about ordering in another way. I mean order of effects. So let's say you have 2 Dawn available. First play the Sengoku and get the card to your hand, and then play the Perona for the second Dawn and get the order on top of the deck, because it would mess up the gameplay if you play the Perona first, you order the top of the deck, and then you play the Sengoku, reveal 1, get it to your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So keep that in mind. So if you look at the left side, we see the structure cards that help us to get the next turns prepared, and also the order of our top cards of the deck. And Sengoku is getting something huge like Jinbei, for example, into your hand early and have it ready for a tempo swing. Alright, so then we got the 1-drops done. Let's say if you have a turn 2 or turn 3, then we play the Martial the Teach, for example. It has a activate main. Once per turn you may place 1 card from your hand on the top of the deck, so it doesn't give us really card advantage, kind of a disadvantage it feels like in this deck, but you have a guaranteed Warlord's play from the top of the deck when you don't have a ordering going on before. And also on top of that, you can play this for 2, activate it, and use the 2 dawns that the 2 rested dawns that you use to play this card. So it also really nice tempo swing. Plus that allows you to get the effect of the Doflamingo for free, kinda. So you play 2 for this, put those 2 rested, and have 1 for the activation if it's turn 3. And you have a nice swing with the leader, which most likely will give you a life point from your enemy down. Also, talking about life points, it's really important to get a roadmap of how you want to remove the life points from your opponent. But this would be like the first milestone of your gameplay if you want to activate this leader with the Martial the Teach. Most likely will be the first one, and from there on you can decide how you want to go for the rest. But this is something that you will figure out. I would definitely recommend just playing a few rounds and to see how your first turn plays out, what's the best you can do, read through the cards, think and just make mistakes. You will lose some, but you will gain definitely experience how to get the best out of your turns. But yeah, let's explain the deck further. So Jinbei is the hero of the deck. 4/5 on play. You can play 1/7 of the Warlords from your hand, 4 or less for free. This is just the craziest effect of the deck, to be honest. So you play 4, huge body, can attack the leader opponent next turn for sure. And the best play that you can make on turn 4, for example, you play the Jinbei and get the Edward Weevil from your hand and draw a card additionally. And you have a 4/6 body on top. This is like the best turn you can do on turn 4. These 2, if you get them down, that's a no-brainer, already very, very strong. And most of the other decks cannot have so much tempo as you do. Another card that's really, really strong in this deck and makes it work is the Boa Hancock, which is also a really good pick for the Jinbei. You can make amazing turns later in the game. And you play like Jinbei, Boa Hancock, another Jinbei, another Boa Hancock, and you have the enough dawns that you get from the Boa Hancock, so it lets you order top 3 or bottom 3 and gives 1 rest dawn to a character. So that's really huge when you play Jinbei Boa, have 2 rested and have 1 also for activation, turn 9 for example. Really, really good potential to get even back from a board wipe. So if you have developed your board, you were at 8 dawn or 7, you were at turn 9, you can just make this turn and get back on the board. Another thing that helps you getting back is the bouncer cards. These 2 we have is pretty similar effect. You just play those and can return a character with 1 or 2 or less from the board to your hand. So you want to play those most of the times, like on your Boogie, Perona, Sengoku, just to get the extra card advantage. And also a useful 2k counter. So these 2 are like bouncers if you in a mid-range game. So we can order it this way, that we start with these 2 into Boa, into the bouncers. Mihawk is also like a card that we can put more on the right side, which is helping us more mid-rangey to draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards. Tech card is really useful in this deck is the Charlotte Pudding. She makes the opponent drop his hands and draw 5 new cards. No, they shuffle it into their hand and draw 5 new, but if they have a huge card advantage on their hand after you got some life points from them, it helps to just ask on your second or third turn, hey, how many hand cards you have, because you can kind of play some mind games with the guys, and they will most likely think that you have a Charlotte in your hand, even if you don't. But yeah, just play her. If they have like 9 cards or something, they will lose 4 cards. Huge play. This is more of a tech card that is hard to say in which round it's the best, but after you got from your opponents like 2 life points and they were greedy, didn't defend, you get really good card advantage from that. Trash tag is Gecko Moria. She allows us to go into the trash can and get some cards back. So 7 Warlords of the Sea, 4 or less, get back to your hand, so you can decide what is helping you, getting a bouncer, getting a Jinbei. It's up to you what's helping you in that situation of the game, but really good. Keep an eye on your trash and play late. Yozu is a guy that's helping us to get through the barrier of the opponent and getting to those juicy life points, so you can return 1 of your cards to your hand, helping us to bounce as well. And you can put a 6 cost or less from your opponent onto their hand. So if they have a blocker or something that's annoying, you can just play Yozu and get rid of it. Another block avoider or getting through card is the Perfume Famuer. So if you play this and opponent can't block, and this one is removing 2 characters of 6 or less from the board of your opponent. So also the same case if they have some blockers or annoying cards. These 3 will help you to get through that. These 2 big boys, Boa Hancock, Mihawk, they will do a great job with Doflamingo to get the life points out of your opponent. I just recommend play a lot of games, see how it works out, when to play Charlotte, when to bounce what, and you will recognize moments where you maybe have no idea about the structure of your top deck, for example. So you need to figure out when to use what and how to get to the structuring of the order. But if you get like 2 or 3 good effects of the Doflamingo, the game will most likely be over. So this is a really huge effect. Use it. It's pretty cheap. I know 2 down, activate 1, it's like 3 you always require, but with the Boa Hancock you can cheat 1 rested. With the Marshal de Teach you can cheat 2 and get some card already on top of the deck. I'm not a professional player, but this deck definitely still continue to win big tournaments and has huge success. There are some tech cards that are changed and you have like 4 Charlottes, you have 3 Charlottes, 1 Charlotte and 1 Kaya or something. You can definitely change this, but this is one of the most solid versions of the deck that I have seen. So I'm going on the tournament on Saturday. I'm thrilled to see how good it will perform. I will let you know and see how many boosters prizes we get there. Hopefully get some winner tournament packs or something. I've seen the cards. So let me know what you think about this deck. What's your favorite deck? And see you in the next one. Peace.